CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Good morning and welcome to Public Affairs on Peach. I'm Karen Greer. Coming up on today's show, how you can be a mentor with Big Brothers and Big Sisters organization, and some help for your green thumbs as the roller coaster temperatures and endless rain are wreaking havoc on your gardens. But first, did you know January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month? Imagine being diagnosed with cancer and not having the means to get to a doctor's appointment or even your treatments. What would you do? Well, one of my first guests actually experienced just that. Joining me for this first segment this morning, Deidre Koch, who is a cervical cancer survivor and now volunteers for the Road to Recovery program, and manager Dana Heil.
Hi, great to be here.
Great to be here with you all.
Thank
Deidre,
you.
talk to me about when you learned that you had cervical cancer.
Well, I was diagnosed when I was 43. I was having some symptoms. I was spotting in between my periods, heavy menstrual cycles, pain, pressure in the pelvic area. And so at that point, I just decided I have to go in and check it out.
Had you been having regular cervical checks?
I did not have regular screening. I didn't have any health insurance. So therefore, I just ignored it.
And when you did get that diagnosis, did you know really what it was?
I did not. I didn't know what it was, but once I spoke with my mother about it, she had cervical cancer in her late 30s.
So it's family history
It
there.
is a family history there. My father's mother passed away of breast cancer. My mother's mother passed away of pancreatic cancer, and my mother had cervical cancer, and my father just passed away of bladder cancer in April, and I'm a cervical cancer survivor.
We're going to talk about why you need to be honest with your doctors when you have that kind of history so they can look
Absolutely.
for those things.
Absolutely.
And you had issues just getting to your treatments and getting to your doctor's offices as well?
Well, I didn't have a car, so I did have to depend on a family member to get to appointments on time, and that can be kind of scary because you want to be there. You want to get there on time. You want to make your appointments. So I understand, I know how it feels to not have transportation.
Yeah.
And worry about getting to your appointments.
And Dana, this story, not a new story. This is very common.
Very common. This is typical of what we hear of a lot of our patients. That's why the American Cancer Society's Road to Recovery program is so crucial in helping people get to their life-saving treatments.
And talk about the program. I've known about it for years, but people can get involved. You really need some help with some of
We
these.
do. We use volunteer drivers who donate their time and their automobile to pick up cancer patients in their neighborhood and take them to their treatment. It's really easy to become a volunteer. You just need to have a reliable and safe automobile, insurance, a good, clean driving record, and access to a computer. We train you, we background check all of our drivers, and then we match you with a drive that's in your neighborhood.
And the best part about this, it's free.
Free to the patients, yes,
Absolutely
absolutely.
free.
There's no charge to the patients. They can call our 800 number or go to our website, cancer.org, and say, I need a ride to treatment. And we will do our very best to get you there. Last year in Georgia, we provided almost 12,000 rides to nearly 800 patients. But there were still that's about 60% of our requests.
Yeah, people still on the waiting list.
There are still a lot more people that we could drive if we had more volunteers.
Yeah, and more people are finding out every day about cancers, different procedures they need, what they need to find out about. We've talked this year more about the HPV vaccine and how that's something you're recommending for boys and girls. Can you talk about that?
Sure, absolutely. We recommend that all children, both genders, be vaccinated between the ages of 9 and 11. That seems to be the sweet spot right there. It's crucial. It prevents about 90% of HPV-related cancers.
And HPV is the human papillomavirus.
Correct.
Which
yes.
is sexually transmitted.
It can
Not
be transmitted,
necessarily.
not necessarily.
Okay.
That is one of the ways.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I-
fine.
Well, I did
Yes.
have the HPV virus. I
Oh,
did
you
have
did
it.
have the
I did
virus.
have it.
So that was part. Did you know ahead of time that you had it?
I didn't know until I went in for the symptoms that I was having, and they tested me for it. So I did have the HPV virus.
What was your treatment after your cervical cancer was diagnosed?
I had chemotherapy. I had internal radiation and external radiation.
Wow.
Wow, yes.
So you had a lot of appointments you needed to get to.
Absolutely. Like Well, in the beginning, it was once every week, every day. And then from there, the internal radiation was twice a week.
So your life
For
really
like 3
changed
weeks.
at that
Oh,
point.
yes.
And how are you now as far as the
I'm in
diagnosis?
remission.
Yes,
3
that's
years. It'll be
wonderful.
4 years in November.
Now, do you have
Yes.
daughters, sons?
I have 3 children, 21, 2 sons, 21, 17, and I have a daughter. She is 16.
She doesn't look like she's got kids that age.
Thank you.
So are you concerned about getting them tested early?
I am. I really am. Yeah,
that-
it scares me.
I bet it
with
does.
the history, with the family history.
And that's something that's important to talk to
Absolutely.
doctors about. We're going to take a break right here and stay with us. We have a more doctor in the house who's actually going to tell us about the possible causes a vaccine could help in that fight and any new research on the horizon. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.